Hey, what's going on, guys? We're back with the next part of our Learning C# tutorial series, and today it's going to be a really minor um, implementation, or improvement rather, of our audio streamer, um, class. And first thing I want to do is, well, the things I want to cover today are, first, we want something to be displayed to the user, whether it be through a Sprite or a GUI feature, something along those lines, for when we are loading something. So the user knows, like, if for some reason we have to play a cinematic and we don't want to play it until the audio has been loaded. We don't want the user to think like, oh, the game froze or something. We want them to know that something is loading. And another thing I want to do is actually make the world map manager invoke this and not debug through here. And the third thing I wanted to do was some optional parameters. So the easiest one will be this guy. So within our world map manager, let's go ahead and go into the start here, and we're gonna do audio streamer dot instance dot start coroutine, and then the audio streamer dot instance dot stream clip. So we need access not only to the coroutine, the object for the coroutine, but we also need access to the object for its stream clip, which we had to mark as public for that reason. Alrighty, and actually, um, I'm gonna remove this required component audio source from here, and instead add it here. This way we have access to that audio component. Next thing I wanted to do was our, what was it, loading. So what we'll do is, I think the best way of doing it will be through a Sprite. I actually have a generic idea of what I want to do. Hopefully it makes sense now. If not, then it'll make sense when it's done. But what we'll do is, here we have all of our static objects and our constants. So below that we'll do the object stuff. We'll do public. We'll make it of type game object, and we'll call it loading a sprite. And here we'll do loading sprite dot set active true, and then here we'll do loading sprite dot set active false. Now, one thing you want to keep in mind is this isn't a big deal right now. I'm sorry, I apologize. My printer's going off. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, we're back. What I was trying to say is, let's say we're streaming multiple clips at a time. We load up one, and it is a short one, and then we load up a second one before that short one is finished, when it's a big audio clip file. So what would happen is, we start to load our first one, our loading sprite is set to true, then we load up our second one, our loading sprite is set to true, it's still true. Then the first one finishes, and it sets it to false, and then we're waiting still for the second one to load, and it's false. We want it to always be true if we're loading something. So what we can do is, well, just leave it there for now, because that probably won't happen. However, if we wanted to, we could do a check to see if all the other coroutines are not active for this stream clip here. But for now, we're gonna leave it as is. And the next thing I wanted to do is, in fact, actually, we'll do if loading sprite does not equal null. And the reason for that is because, if you remember back to our singleton implementation, if the instance is null and it's been referenced, we will go ahead and create it at runtime. And if we do create it at runtime, there's no way of assigning this loading sprite. So let's say we forget to put in an audio streamer for somewhere, and we want to load it in. We don't want to just, cause an error if there is none, or just we won't do this loading sprite here. And then the other thing I wanted to do was our optional parameters. So what we'll do is first we'll do bool 3D equals false. We can't call it 3D. We'll do is 3D, and then here we'll put in is 3D. What was that third parameter again? Audio type. Okay, leave that generic. Or rather, we can do audio type dot ogg vorbis. It won't accept anything other than that for a web player, so we could put it in if we want to. It doesn't really matter. And that's it. So just our is 3D. Now I'm going to pause the video and make an asset real quickly for our loading sprite. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and I have gone and created this new sprite called network buffering, and let's go ahead and drag him in and position him where he should be. We'll put him in the bottom left. Okay. And next, one thing I'm also going to do is we'll add in this, we'll do GUI text, and it'll say loading. Next, what I want to do is add on an animation component, and today we're going to do a really quick rundown of just the animation tool within Unity. So we're going to go ahead and create a new animation. And we're going to do network buffering, and it'll be just network buffering. Alrighty, so we'll go ahead and add a curve for the transform rotation, and then in here we'll go halfway through, and we're going to rotate this guy we want to get, there we go, negative 360. And in fact, what we're going to do is come in here, and we can't copy, shoot. Instead we'll just delete that, and now we have this, and we can go ahead and stop that. It's automatically assigned to here. We can hit play. And there we go. Now you'll notice it played, however it did not loop. So what we want to do is click in here, change our rep mode to loop, and now if we hit play, that's that. Next, let's figure out why our text is acting the way it is. Let's pass in font material and nada. So we're going to switch that from a GUI text to a what is it? To a, we'll do text mesh because I know that works. Or did I not add it? I thought I did. Oh, Sprite renderer. Okay, well, I was hoping not to do this, but I guess we'll go ahead and put it in here. We'll do, okay, private bool is loading. We'll do is loading equals true. Is loading equals false. We'll turn off our loading sprite by default. Oh, not in here, I wanted it. We'll do if is loading and, or rather, well, yeah, okay, we'll do and loading sprite does not equal null. Or rather, okay, I changed my mind. And here we'll do if loading sprite does not equal null. We'll do GUI dot label new rect. Scroll down a little bit. In fact, I'm going to cut the video here just because it's been super long. We'll finish off in the next one. I didn't think it would take us this much time.